You feel good?
Absolutely, man.
All right, good deal. Let's kick it off with this coffee. This is the North Pole Coffee Roasting Company, only in Alaska. My wife went there. By the time this episode's aired, it'll be a few weeks ago. She went there with some of her college friends. She has a friend that lives there, so
Only distributed in Alaska?
I don't know.
Only get it when you go there?
I mean, to be sure, you can get it online. Is there a website on here? There is, so
Okay.
I'm sure you can get it online.
Cool.
But I don't think you can get this in like stores, you know.
All right.
But NorthPoleCoffee.com. But my wife is in Alaska, and she calls and she's like, "Hey, what kind of coffee do you want?" And I'm like, "Whatever is a local coffee there would be sick." So she picked this up, and we'll see if it's any good. It's the Fairbanks Choice. It's looks like a medium roast. They got a little gauge on there on the bottom there, so we'll see.
Did Santa give his stamp of approval on that?
It looks like it needs to, dude. It kind of looks like a Christmas blend
Yep.
or something, you know.
Yep.
But we'll give it a go. See how it is.
I'm gonna take a sip right now so I can start and see how it goes as the pod goes on.
I'm not taking a sip yet.
And I gotta say, this is me drinking black coffee. Against what you have said on previous podcasts, I am a cream guy.
That's
I like
good.
cream.
Yeah.
I will say that I think it takes a real man to admit that. Whereas you said the opposite. If you have cream, I mean, if a real man can admit something with the possibility of his masculinity coming in question, I think that's a real man.
I agree, man. No, I was just back to that earlier episode. I don't remember who I was doing it with. Maybe it was Jacob or something. I said, my grandfather said, "What are you putting cream in there? Like you little sissy boy coming in?" And
It's a different generation.
It's a different generation. That being said,
Tough as nails.
coffee should be enjoyed the way that you enjoy it. So if you enjoy cream, throw some cream in there.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Black coffee don't add any more hair to your chest. It's made up by my grandfather, probably.
I already got enough hair on my chest. I think it's migrating from the top of my head.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I just, especially for the show, giving like a true review, I like to drink it black, which is good. Obviously, I know you're drinking it black, so I appreciate the honesty.
I wanted to go with the real essence of what you like to do on the show.
Yeah.
So let's
do it. I mean, that's not to say, dude, like, so if I go to Starbucks, I'll get a vanilla latte with an extra shot of espresso.
All right, there you go.
I'll do that once in a while. Every now and again, man, it's a little warm out. Like get a little frappuccino or something. You know, it's good.
All right,
it's good. Yeah, no, like I ain't
driven by mood too.
Yeah,
What you're feeling at the time.
Yep. Every morning is just an Americano, so it's not like anything crazy. But my wife drinks a latte every morning.
And there's so much different coffee terminology.
Mm-hmm.
Americano, cappuccino, frappuccino, all that stuff. I'm just like, I couldn't tell you what it is. I'm like, if I taste it and I like it, cool.
Yeah.
That's good by me.
Americano is just a shot of espresso with hot water poured on top. So it's like a little bit stronger.
Yeah.
But it's good.
Okay.
But anyway, how long have you had your real estate license? The great North Carolina real estate license.
North Carolina. So that's a different subject. Because I'm by way of Northern Virginia. So I got my license in Northern Virginia in 2013.
Okay.
I bought my first property with some friends, and a friend of mine, my best friend from childhood, first grade, Adam Henderson, shout out. He's a real estate agent.
Oh, nice.
Virginia.
Shameless
plug.
Shout out Adam Henderson.
He's good at what he does. Big into investment properties and stuff. So right out of college, we bought a place in Vienna, Virginia. Shortly after we graduated, we were like, hey, let's get out of the house. Let's get closer to where all the action is. Buy an asset. We thought we were being smart.
Yeah.
Years 2006. We all. So I've seen the interesting timings, and I've also seen the great timings.
Yeah.
This one was, we had an agent that he had met through, I think, an open house.
Okay.
This guy helped us out, and we bought. And I think within 6 months, if we, everyone's like time the market and stuff. Really, I don't believe in that because the real estate market always goes up in the good spots, right. DC area, Raleigh area, where the job markets are strong. The timing is how long are you going to keep the house, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if we had waited 6 months, we would have saw like a cliff happen, you know. in which case, that we were like, well, we're in it now. We were thinking like, hey, have this. And then once we like go off to get married, have kids, we could turn around and sell this asset and we'd have a little money in our pocket, right?
Yeah.
Well, we still have that asset,
Right.
but it's okay because now we have a lot of equity. I haven't paid mortgage in 15 years, so someone else has been paying our mortgage. I own a third of it, and he's my property manager. So what better person to have than my best friend since first grade?
Right on.
So I'm a silent partner, which is awesome.
Heck
He probably would like me to be a little bit more loud. He's up there doing all the stuff. He likes doing that stuff. I think he has like 20 plus properties.
Oh, goodness, yeah.
So
Yeah.
he knows that stuff really well. But anyways, so all that to say is we bought our first property. I got really interested in real estate, and I was like, man, I could do this.
Yeah.
I could do this myself. And there's going to be times where I want to have that so I can buy investment properties on my own and do it, have the MLS access, have all that stuff. So a few years down the road, 2013, I got my license. That was also a little motivated by my wife's mother. She is big time up in the DMV as a real estate agent. And so I got my license and joined on with her team too.
Okay.
But really the driver was so that I could do my own transactions.
Yeah.
Which plays into another story. If I can keep getting into stuff.
Keep getting into
stories.
it. Yeah.
The better side that I've experienced in real estate, my wife and I, we were living in a condo in Arlington.
Okay.
And theme here, Adam owned that property. So we were living in this 2-bedroom condo in Arlington, and really nice spot, a walk away from Shirlington, which has a bunch of nice restaurants and everything. And, after my wife and I got married, we found out she was pregnant within a year, and that nesting starts, right? So we want a place of our own.
Yeah.
And I was kind of reluctant because at the time didn't really have the means, or I didn't think I could qualify and get a property at that point. A lot goes into it, credit, all that stuff. I already have a third interest in another property. And my license really came in handy because my wife found a property right up the street from where we live in this place called Fairlington Town. Little townhomes, great starter homes. It was on the market for like $355, right? Mm-hmm. Had been on the market for a few months. And so I was like, my wheels started turning, and I was like, hey, I got my license, right? So I did the comparative market analysis. I was like, I had NFCU ties as well. They were doing 0% down. I was like, sweet, don't have to come out of pocket for that. And then I was like, I think this could appraise for $370. So I was like, let me put an offer in for $370, get 15, in closing costs. They net their $355. I have all my closing costs paid for, 0% down. Then I get a commission.
Yeah.
So we got to fix up the place.
Oh,
and so I saw the beauty of that.
Yeah.
And then we had our family there, and that was 2016, and we did really well because we sold in 2020. So that was an amazing time to sell, although at the time it was like a little unsure because we just hit, the pandemic and everything. Yeah. We didn't know how the market was going to go, but it really went crazy because everyone was at home looking around like, I'm going to be here for a while. Yeah. What can we, Home Depot stocks going through the roof. Yeah. Everyone's doing these fixes and stuff. And we had actually dropped my daughter off at kindergarten. And so this was, 2019. I'm trying to do all the math there. And I had never been keen on the idea of moving out of the area, right? Friends there. Shannon's from there as well, Arlington. And I was like, we built a life here, friends here, family was here. My family started moving out. So then I was kind of like starting to think, all right, I'm not seeing my friends as much, kids, life, get in the way.
Yep.
And the big kicker was we dropped my daughter off at kindergarten, and she had a battle axe of a kindergarten teacher. You think it's gonna be like all
kindergarten, man. Like, what are we
rainbows doing? And butterflies and stuff. And no offense to this teacher. She'd probably been there for a long time, seen a lot of stuff. She had worn her scars, whatever. Mm-hmm. But we had left after we dropped her off, and we both, weren't talking, very silent. And then my wife was like, hey, weird idea. Are you open to going to Raleigh this weekend? I was like, for the first time in my life, I was like, yep, let's go. And like, let's go check out stuff, just go see what it has to offer. And so that was that. And we went to Raleigh not knowing anything about, except for the fact that she had an aunt and uncle that raised a family in North Raleigh.
Okay.
So she'd always liked visiting, knew she kind of liked the area. Yeah. It was like her favorite aunt and uncle.
Yeah.
But anyways, we won't name names, but anyways, they'll probably be able to deduce. But we went down that weekend, didn't have really any agenda. And a funny thing is like, I come from Woodbridge, which is like a chain restaurant capital of the world. So one of the funny things, my wife, when we were first dating, she was like, what's your favorite restaurant? I said, Olive Garden. Yeah. And she laughed at me. And I was like, what's that about? Like, are you not into, endless salad, endless bread? I mean, it's awesome to me. Yeah. But, she had grown up in Arlington, which had a lot of more mom and pop, so she kind of introduced me to that life of food and being a foodie. And now I understand.
Where it's like a little sacrilegious to now say a chain is your favorite restaurant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Funny thing is, though, fast forward, we're in Raleigh and we're staying on Capitol Street, or Capitol Boulevard, whatever it is, Capitol. And there's a Carrabba's across the street. And she's like, let's go to Carrabba's. I was like, out of all people, I was like, all right, let's not check out a Raleigh mom and pop, whatever. Yeah. It was probably because it was late at night too. Yeah. But we went to Carrabba's and we had this waiter that was from Raleigh, originally moved out, came back to Raleigh, and told us all Apex, Cary, told us where to go. Because we were looking at new construction too, because I saw the prices and I was like, wow. Yeah. Like, I didn't have sticker shock because DC is crazy.
Right.
So he gave us this list of places to go. He went to Apex Friendship, so he knew like all the areas, and just helped us out tremendously, put together this plan, which we had no plan. Mm-hmm. And so we went to a couple spots. We ended up going to Chelsea Run, which is a Mungo Homes new build area in Apex. And they only had 2 lots left. And we liked one of their models specifically, and they didn't have that. So went back home. I put a search around Raleigh just to like let me know other new construction sites coming up. And a few months later, Mungo was building in Amberley in West Cary. And they had the model we wanted on a nice cul-de-sac. And we went there and got under contract. And then the world shut down. And that was kind of crazy.
That's crazy.
But yeah, 2020 got in, and we've sold great on the townhouse up in Alexandria. So that was the beauty of that one. Yes. 4 years, it changed our stars to be able to get to Raleigh, have a down payment, have some cash in the bank. Yeah. So big proponent of buying real estate. It's just a matter of time. Like if you have the time to hold on, if something does go wrong, it's always going to go up in the long run. Agree. So we're doing great on our investment property, which it looked dismal for a little while. I got some gray hairs from it, but all in all, it's working out. Yeah. And now we sold a house in Alexandria, came down here, and you know what happened? If you bought in 2019, 2020, you saw 30% appreciation to now. And so how can I ever talk against buying a home? It's what you need to do.
Did you have your license?
I did.
Okay.
I did.
So what was that process like?
Oh, actually, down here, I had not had it yet. Okay. So I had a buddy, rest in peace, John Crowder, a family friend who had moved down here, a family friend's father, who had moved down here. He got his license, and I was able to, while I was getting my license, he was doing the fronting of the transaction for me. Okay. And then I already had my Virginia, so it was a referral. Yep. So we did a referral thing through Virginia, able to
work it out,
get some cash on the back end from that, and now we're here.
Yep. 6 years later.
Yeah, man,
that's crazy.
Loving it.
Yeah. So, did you practice much real estate in Virginia besides your own personal?
So that's the funny thing about it. It's like you get your license for one reason, and that was for me to do my own transactions for the family, for me, and then family, friends start hearing. And they start coming to you because they trust you. You have that bond. And so it started picking up. And I was like, man, I really love this. Meanwhile, I am an engineer by trade. Okay. So I went to University of Virginia for systems engineering. And then out of that, I had been consulting with the Navy for 20 plus years. Really? And I still am. I still do consulting for them Not at the hours that I was doing,
Yeah.
but because I'm trying to focus more on building it up here.
Yep.
But that was kind of sustaining us through. Then I got my license. Then it started picking up. And it's funny because you build a business that takes off and then you move.
Yeah.
So 2020 hit. People saw I was selling my house. I did really good. I was first to market in that neighborhood. People saw what I was able to get. I got to set the market, which was great.
Yeah.
And they saw what I had done, and they started coming to me to sell their houses. That was 2019, I think, was my best year. I did 12 transactions for, I think, a little shy of 7 million.
Really?
So, and then it was like, okay, we're moving to Raleigh.
Yeah.
But I can translate that down here. You know, you got to learn the areas, you got to build up the trust with people around.
Has that move and that transition from understanding and knowing an area so well and having that, building that business to 7 million to now, was that transition easier or harder than you thought it was going to be?
Harder.
Okay.
It's been harder for sure. Probably because I'm at a different point in my life too. Like the hustle culture, you know, the hustle culture, you know, young, hungry Ethan, young, hungry Jacob on our team, you know, everyone, you know, hungry. I am still hungry.
Yeah.
But I have a family now, and you're going to see that too. Yeah. You got your congratulations.
Thanks,
you got your 10-month-old.
Yeah.
But you're going to see that too, that like you still want to hustle and you still want to do great for the people. I just haven't been like trying to take on too much onto my plate to where it affects family life or time with my daughters and whatnot.
Yeah.
And so that's been harder.
Yeah.
Because like I'm hungry.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm still semi-full. You know,
No, I feel you.
Trying to feed
and
me. But
I think that's the beauty, like, you know, obviously we talk a lot about this on the show, but that's the beauty of the business that we're in is like you can make this business anything you want to make it.
Exactly.
If you're like, look, man, you know, I'm consulting with the Navy. I'm making some bread there. I could still sell a lot of houses this year, sell a lot of houses, and have time with my kids. Then why would I want more than that? Like if we're good,
I think it's a balance.
Yeah,
it becomes a balancing thing. It's like, oh, I'm good here. I'm good there. I'm good here. What are the numbers that I want to do? Because I am also competitive at heart, and like I want to be the top.
Yeah,
you know, that's why I'm with you guys and the Gluckin Group. Because just superstar agents, you know, and so I don't want anyone in the group to look at me and be like, ah, man, he's just coasting. I'm going to try to push you guys too. Yeah. But just understand that we all have our priorities too. And you don't want to compromise some of those, but you still want to be, you know, that person there that's driving people.
Yep. And that's the kind of balance I'm trying to find now, man, is like, it's a little different, I think, because she's still so dependent on mom, where it's like, I don't feed her, like, I mean, like lunch and stuff, but like, you know, my wife feeds her, and she always wants mom, and you know, it's just that stage of life she's in, and she's not like, I don't need to pick her up from soccer practice or stuff like that. Yeah. And so it's like, for me, it's easy to like, okay, I can keep my head down and grind right now. Yeah. I mean, I still want to spend time with her. Like, don't get me wrong, like at night, and you know,
no, I know what you're saying.
Play on the floor with her and stuff. But that being said, like, it's easier now, like in the stage of life where my daughter is than like where your kids are. I think because your kids are probably like, I mean, they're so much more active. And
there's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. So like, for me, I'm like, you know, right now,
this is the time.
This is the time. Hopefully I can build the business to where when she is 5 years old, it's like I can take a little step back, not quit, but take a little step back and just spend time, go to her practices and not have to miss any of that stuff.
For you, I don't think it's going to be a step back because you're going to be in the area still. So it's going to be work smarter, not harder. You're going to have probably all referral based. It's going to be coming in, and it's going to like, and maybe you can be selective too though, but you'll have it kind of optimized to where, you know, transactions are easier, faster, flow a little bit better for your lifestyle. One of the things that Daniel's always talked about, one of his other teammates, he started structuring things like, I only do buyer consults from 3 to 5. Like, shoot, that's awesome. Yeah. Like, I mean, you're going to tell someone like, hey, this is my time. Yep. In this industry, you're like, there's another agent saying you can call me 24/7. So that's kind of like, you don't want to give too much of yourself to where like you can't give anything to anyone else. Yeah. But at the same time, you always know there's someone out there that's hungry. That's like,
they'll do it.
Doors are open. Yep. Don't have any responsibilities like family, kids, stuff like that.
And I think that's where the relational side of real estate comes into play, because they might say, yeah, Ryan, like that's cool. Obviously, I get you have a wife, you have kids, like you have stuff going on. I can wait till that 3 to 5 time slot. It's all right, you know? And because they've gotten to know, like, and trust you. So it's all good.
Absolutely.
But, I mean, yeah, there's some circumstances where, like, the guy from Utah is looking to move here ASAP, and he just needs somebody on the phone and somebody to open up doors. Well, yeah, John Smith, who's available 24/7, which good on John, but, like, that's who he's going to go with because he hasn't, but they don't have a relationship.
That's a great point you make right there. It's like, I think about Compass and collaborate without ego and stuff like that, because I feel like sometimes it gets misconstrued that the top producers, they probably do want it all, but I think you attract what you give out too.
Yeah.
So I think there is a group of people for everyone that's going to be an agent.
Yes.
You're going to attract different people. Hartnett County is going to be your people, the young families.
Right.
I mean, people that over the years are going to come to you. People that like your energy are just going to go with you over someone else.
Yep.
So yeah, I do believe that there's enough out there for everyone to get their piece of the pie.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I think there was a stat. I mean, I know there was a stat last year. 71% of agents didn't sell a house.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, well, really, yeah. I don't even know how many are in
Yeah.
Wake County, but there's like 14,000 or something like that. It's like, yeah, there is.
Yeah.
But really,
who's doing all the business?
I don't know math that well, but whatever 30% of
Yeah.
14,000 is, that's who's doing the business.
Yep.
And then even of those, it's not even,
Yep.
So I think it's like 80% of agents do.
And that blows my mind because the barriers to entry for being a realtor in North Carolina versus Virginia is so much harder in North Carolina. Like the 75-hour class, then the 90 hours post licensing to become a broker. Like, I think that would be enough to scare a lot of people away. But still hearing that, it's like, dang, that many people, and they're not using it. Like, you put all this time in it, and you're not.
I know it is crazy, but at the same time, like for me, I didn't go to college, so it was like, I mean, granted, I pretty much out of high school, I worked for a development company on the construction side, like new construction. And so, like, my job was just punch out lists and pressure washing and that kind of crap, like the grunt work.
Great knowledge.
Yeah, and it was awesome, like 1 year. But like when I was there, a big part of my job was the blue tape walkthroughs with the buyers and the buyer agent. And I'm like, this looks kind of sick. So then I got my license like right out of, like, I quit that job, got my license and stuff. But yeah, I didn't go to college, so I think it's a great in terms of college, like not having to go to college, like $500 or whatever it is now. It was like $500 when I was getting mine. $500 and 75 hours of your time, and you can have a career.
Yeah,
it's pretty
a career that's limitless.
Yeah,
it's what you want to put into it. You get out of it.
Yeah.
And I think good on you too for understanding at an early point that you're like, I'm not going to drop $100,000, $200,000, $300,000, whatever college was at the time. Granted, college was a great time. But I think sometimes my parents, if they know what I was doing in college, I mean, it's all part of growing up and learning things. But like, if you can get into a career and just let it roll, that's amazing. You're already maybe 3 to 5 years ahead of someone who went to college and then finds out they want to go to get the real estate license.
We know.
You're already ahead, and you already have that introductory, and you're not already like an expert before they even get there.
Yeah, it was. Growing up in high school and stuff, my dad never pushed college on us. There's 4 of us. 2 of us went, 2 of us didn't. And
I'm 1 of 4 too.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
let's go. And so like that was always huge, but it was weird because in high school, I graduated in 2018, so not that long ago.
Young buck. Remember I said
young buck.
I actually felt that one when I said young buck. I was like, dang, 43.
Yeah,
that's when the turning point was.
Young buck. Yeah, man. And so, but it was funny because I knew my sophomore year, I wasn't going to go to college. I knew I was going to do something entrepreneurial. So like I started when I was my freshman year of high school. I started a repair company, like fixing iPhones and fixing screens and stuff. And so I had like a whole shop in my house and stuff. And
so smart.
Made some bread in high school, but I knew like I'm not going to college. I thought I was going to fix screens forever, but it was. So I told my guidance counselor, "What's the bare minimum I need to get out of here without going to college?" And she was like, "Oh, well, if you're not going to college, are you sure you're not going? You sure you're not going?" I'm like, "Oh, sure. Yeah. All right, don't take this science, don't take this math, whatever it was." But it's funny, like graduating, like everybody's question was, "Where are you going to college?" And my answer was like, "Oh, I'm not." And they would always be like, "Oh, it's okay."
Yes.
It's like
like poor guy.
Like,
what are you going to do?
Yeah, he's just going to unclog toilets for the rest of his life, and it's like,
not that there's anything wrong with
right. No, like, heck, if you're a plumber, you're making bank. So
that's the beauty. And that's one of the things, like, I think about my daughters and stuff. Like, yes, I want to have the means to send them to college if that's what they really want to do. But one of the things I also want to do is while they're young, try to get them exposed to a lot of different things.
Yeah.
So like if they find something, like they come with me on real estate, you know, going out with buyers or doing a blue tape or something, and they're like, "Woo, I like this."
Yeah.
Okay, save mommy and daddy, you know, $250,000 or whatever it's going to be at the when they go to college.
And by the way, I'll buy you whatever car you want because now I don't have to.
I'll give you a down payment on a house.
That's right.
Or
Yeah.
something. You know, like
For
if
sure.
they can find out what they're really great at early on and want to stick with it, I'm so for that.
Yeah.
Trade schools are great.
Yep.
I just, you know, college is great too. But like if you can find your passion early, man, you can get so far ahead of the game.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's like, dude, honestly, and I look at some of my friends that went to college and they're doing great now and stuff. And so it's awesome. But I find it to be such a blessing that at 18, like I was able to get licensed and start on something that I love. Like, you know, and at the time for me, dude, it was perfect. I was living at home. I didn't have any bills. So it was okay if I failed, which, you know, I'm 18. Of course I failed. I closed like one deal my first year. But it was, I'm living at home, you know. And
you closed one deal your first year. I'm sure there are people 70%
that's right.
didn't close one in this last year.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's all perspective and what's a failure and what's not.
Yeah.
But that's another thing I want my kids to know. Like, you can fail.
Yeah.
Like, it's good to fail and be okay. How do I respond?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, because I think that's where like the character building is. Like, dang, that didn't go how I wanted, or man, I didn't put enough into that.
Right.
Like, it was kind of on me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, and be able to go back and recalibrate and be like, all right, let's approach it this way.
Yeah.
So if you don't get that experience,
I know. Yeah. That's
no.
So my parents, neither of them are like entrepreneurial. My dad was in the Navy, and then now he does IT for the Postal Service.
Okay.
And my mom she works on Hallmark, and she's like a supervisor for like stocking some cards and stuff at stores. But anyway, so they were entrepreneurial, and I was like the oddball in my family that was, you know, always wanted us to try something new. And it was just cool, like to see both my parents, you know, and my dad specifically, because my dad was kind of like, where he was straight laced with me. Like, he'll tell me like what's what.
Yeah.
But he wasn't ever afraid of like letting me fail. So like even with the phone stuff, like I'm like, Dad, this is what I want to do or whatever. And he'd be like, yeah, great, go do it. But if you're going to do it to the best of your ability, or don't do it at all.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I remember like we'd have strangers, because I'd just be fixing phones, like people I don't know.
The garage or whatever.
Yeah, they'd come to the house, and my dad would like talk to them at the door for 30 minutes while I'm upstairs fixing their phone. I remember, dude, I had this one guy tell me that his phone, like I fixed it. I didn't know who he was. I fixed it, gave it back to him. It broke on his way home, and he's like, "Oh, it's because you messed it up." And he brought it back, dude. And he starts yelling at me and all this stuff. Now my dad's there, so he wasn't gonna let anything happen to me because I'm a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
But this grown 50-year-old man's like freaking out on a 15-year-old.
Come on now.
All right, and it's for like a $60 repair, so it's like whatever. But anyway, you know, my dad like he didn't step in. It's like, hey, you don't talk to my son that way. He let me handle it. I mean, but he was there in case, you know, it went south. But
the muscle.
Yeah, dude, it was like, you know, that kind of experience. And him being there, but also not like stepping in to like save my butt for every instance, like let me deal with the difficulties of business was cool. And I mean, you know, I think that's why I think real estate has worked out well, is those like early ages of like dealing with these like grown men yelling at me as a 15-year-old, and I had to learn how to deal with it. You know,
that's great. It gave you confidence,
Yeah.
experience,
Yeah.
reps. So you could be like, all right, you know, I am younger in the field, and sometimes maybe people will misconstrue that with not having experience.
Yes.
But then you can draw on those experiences you had and be like, I'm calmer than you are.
That's right. That's right. Things don't really get me riled up. So like if there's like a mistake,
that's great.
It's all good, man.
It's really important in real estate to
Yeah.
be like the even keel for people, because it's an emotional thing.
It is. Like I'll get stressed. Like don't get like, dude, if
Look
it
at
goes
internalizing stress.
Yes, bro.
Oh, God.
I'll be laying on the couch like I'm not even like I can't eat. Like I'm you know, especially like a client's really mad at me because, you know, if I messed up or they think I messed up or whatever.
Right.
Then it's like, oh my gosh, like what's gonna happen? And it 10 times out of 10 has always worked out. However that workout might look, whether it's, you know, hey, we part ways or whatever that might be, or it ends up closing. But it always works out, man. So I'm like, well, I guess it worked out.
And that just shows you care.
Yeah.
You just care about the people you're working with. You know, you care about your reputation.
For sure.
You know, so I mean, it all works out like you said.
Yeah. So you get your license in North Carolina, and then are you an independent agent? Do you join a team?
No, I went to the little brokerage that you didn't have to pay a lot to every transaction. Why is it escaping me? Hey, I'm 43.
Like a bit? Is it like a national brokerage? Like
No,
LPT
it's
or
only
something?
Fathom.
Fathom
Realty.
Yeah.
Sorry, Fathom Realty. There was a great broker there, but I just hung my hat there, hung my license there, just because I came from a brokerage in Northern Virginia where it was I bounced around brokerages up there. I was Keller Williams because my mother-in-law was when I was on the team. Then I went to Sampson, and Sampson was they're getting huge now, but they were a small mom and pop, shop, and they had a Cardinal title, so they had the title company. They had a vested interest. They had an interest in a mortgage company. So that's how they were kind of like, every transaction you're not paying much. So I always liked that model. So I'm like, the more I can keep in my pocket, the better I can do for my clients. Marketing, all that good stuff. And so when I got down here, I looked kind of for that model, and that was Fathom. And I wasn't doing much with it. And actually, I just was kind of keeping it on the back. I was still doing the Navy stuff full time. And it's funny because it wasn't until I had some friends move down from Northern Virginia. Like, that's what transactions I was doing.
Okay.
People were like, "Oh, you're down there." Like,
help me out.
Yeah. So I helped a few people out migrate down, and just kind of keeping my license active and like trying to figure out what I was going to do. It was like kind of a future thing.
Yeah.
And then funny story was my sister and my parents retired in Pawleys Island in South Carolina, and my sister migrated with them. So she was living with them in a retirement community, and she's 30 some years old. And I'm like, come on.
What are we doing?
I mean, you looking for a sugar daddy, or like, what are you doing here? And we convinced her, we're like, come to Raleigh, live with us for a little bit. It has probably a little bit more for your age. And she started following realtors on Instagram, and she came across Daniel G.
Yeah.
And she sent me some reels he had done, and I was like, man, this guy's hilarious.
Yeah.
I was like, if I'm doing content, this is what I want it to be like.
Yeah.
And it's kind of funny because then fast forward a little bit, and he's doing like an Instagram seminar, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go to that. Just whatever.
Yeah.
Just go to the seminar. He's good at Instagram. If I'm going to be doing real estate, I need to get on there, do social media stuff and whatnot. And I was like, let me go meet this guy in person and see how he is and stuff. And he did a great presentation. And then at the end, he's like, I'm looking to build a team or build on my team.
Yeah.
And so I was like, man, that'd be kind of cool. Join forces with him. And a week goes by, and I just didn't do anything with it. I was just like chilling. Yeah. And then all of a sudden I hit him up, and I was like, hey man, I've been thinking about your team, and he's like, dude, I was wondering when you were going to hit me up, man. Jade was in there too.
Oh, really?
And I had not known their relationship or whatever. Yeah. And I guess he had told Jade, he's like, that dude with the faux hawk, man. Like, I think he would be a good vibe on this team and whatever. And I was like, oh man, my bad. I was like, I just been kind of chilling. Yeah. I was like mulling things over, trying to figure out what the next step was. And the rest is history. Now I'm here. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Daniel's been great. I've known about him. So I don't know if you listened to our episode, but
I did.
So back in like 2018, 2019, when I got my license, this guy sent me his Instagram. Same thing. Like, check out this running realtor.
Yeah.
Because that was like his thing back then.
Yep.
And so I've been following him ever since. Never met him until I had him on the pod. Like,
hold on. Recently, you had never met him until the pod?
Never met him.
Wow.
No. Like, we've texted and like DM'd and stuff about like him coming on and like, hey, like that kind of stuff. But no, never met him until, and I knew he was with Compass.
Yeah.
Funny. That's a funny story too. So I was at Keller Williams. I leave. I start my own independent brokerage, Lines Realty in Harnett County, a little office.
How was that?
So it was good, man. It was challenging because nobody knows who Ethan Lines is. And so it's like, why
building a brand is tough.
Like why would I join you opposed to like a lot of Harnett County agents are EXP and stuff. And so like, why would I join Lines Realty over EXP? Or there's another big agent there, Ann Milton. She has a great brokerage. It's like, but she's been established. She's been there 25 years,
right.
And with a beautiful.
So you got to find some competitive advantage to get people in.
And it's like, do I have one? I honestly, like, I just didn't. And so like trying to recruit agents onto the firm was really tough. I eventually got to like 3 agents.
Okay.
Came to Compass. One of them left before that. One of them left when I said I was coming to Compass. And then one of them left right before I joined Daniel's team.
That's a huge venture, man, to start your own brokerage.
Yeah, it was big.
You got to set up systems and all that.
That was the hard part.
The agents.
Yes. Yeah. So like finding the right CRMs and stuff. And that was the other thing is like I can't compete with Compass's tech. You know, like I'm trying to, but I'm out here shelling out like $1,500 a month on these like platforms for my agents to use. And it's like.
And what kind of business were your agents doing?
Not much, nothing crazy.
That's tough. It's like to sustain these expenses that you have. Yeah. Like agents, I need to have.
Yeah, like there were the two of them were brand new, like fresh out of school, and one of them was licensed for like 5 years, but he sells like 3 or 4 a year. So you know, it's got like it's a part time thing for him, which is cool. And so like to justify that, but it was like I need it in order to be able to recruit because they come and they're like, well, what do you have? And it's like, oh, here's a Google form you can use your stuff. You know, like I couldn't do that. So I said, let me bring it over to Compass. Oh, what I was saying was about Daniel. I saw Daniel was coming to Compass. This is when he joined, I don't know, 2 or 3, whenever he joined, 3, 4 years ago or whatever. I don't remember. The same time I was starting Lines Realty. And so because I was following him, I was like, Compass, like, what is that? I look all into it. I'm like, the branding is sick. That's dope. So I actually have at the time, I had I guess like a marketing guy, branding guy. He did all my branding stuff. And I sent him Compass's stuff. And I said, I want everything I have to look like Compass. And so like my logo, like all the fonts, the colors, everything.
Flattery, you know?
So all my my fonts, my colors, like all my stuff, which is like Compass stuff. And then a few years go by, and I'm like, why don't I just go to Compass?
Yeah,
you know, it was an easy transfer. They didn't have to change anything because I was already here.
Yeah.
And then so I joined last year, like last March. So I'll be next month.
You're coming up on your year.
1 year with Compass.
Nice.
Yep. And then I never thought I was going to join a team again. Like I thought that phase of life was over, but the more I thought about it, I've been in it 7 years now.
Yeah.
I'm 25, and I was like, part of me thinks I have it together. And then you just walk into a room like the rooms Compass has, and you're like, man, you are such a tadpole in an ocean right now.
But here's the deal, and I think about this all the time, like the saying, like, don't be the smartest person in a room, right? I was thinking about this a little bit on the way over, and I was like, what I love about this team and just Compass in general is exactly what you're saying, but from a different perspective. Like, I call it social osmosis. Like, be around the people that you respect, or you like the way they carry themselves, or you like their values, because it rubs off on you. Mm-hmm. Like, if you're deficient, if you're around some people that can fill that gap, like, why not be around them?
Yeah.
So I feel like this group, it's a bunch of super agents, and I feel like we all come together and the energy is just so good. Yeah. And I feel like as a solo or an entrepreneur in anything, my wife is, and it's like, it gets lonely.
Yeah.
That's and the motivation like is tough sometimes because it's only you on you. I mean, still we have to answer to ourselves every day, especially being a real estate agent. Like, are we doing enough? Are we doing what we want to do?
Yeah.
Are we hitting the goals and stuff? But being on a team, I feel like the energy can get picked up, like everyone together, it's like our powers combine.
Yeah.
Our Captain Planet.
That's right. Yeah. But it's true. Like, that was one of the big things was like, I've been alone for 7 years. I was on the team for a year, Morgan Wombles group.
Yeah.
I love Morgan and his team. But like, it's so lonely. And I was like, I need something. Like, I need other people around me. Like, either push me or just encouragement or just like we went out for lunch, and it's just like,
it's amazing.
It's like it's nothing. It's like crazy.
Didn't even like talk real estate.
No.
We're just talking about life and
Disney and and it was like, it's just that camaraderie, And so I mean it's been awesome. But yes, like I was saying, like I'm 25. I got a lot of time to like, and I really wanted to join a team of somebody that I respect and a team I want to emulate. And so when I looked at Daniel, I was like, best way for me to have a thriving team one day is to like be on a team that is thriving and see how is he, like, what is he doing, like, and how is he successful, and so I think it's been great. So I'm loving it.
Yeah,
it's been awesome.
It's been a blast.
Yeah,
and I will say, going into Daniel's seminar, and I mean, well, I'm saying like, you meet your heroes or whatever, and like, don't take that to your head, Daniel. But you meet someone in a space that's like at the tops, and I think you get a kind of like, what are they going to be like when you meet them?
Yeah.
You know, you don't want your heroes to let you down.
Yeah.
Like the people at the top to let you down when you meet them. And I was like blown away with, because I mean, he's this DJ realtor, you know, he has swag, all that stuff. I'm like, oh man, this guy's gonna be full of himself. You know, he's gonna. And I met him, and I couldn't have been more wrong.
Yeah. Oh,
couldn't have been more wrong.
100%. I thought the same thing.
I was like, he's greater than I would have ever anticipated.
Yep.
So. Yep. And I don't praise people like that all the time, but that's why I'm with the Gluckin group.
That's right. Yeah, that's sick, man. So you golf a lot, huh? Albatross, is that a brand?
Local brand, man. Yeah, we got to go. In downtown Cary.
Okay.
It's 2 simulator bays, great food.
Sick hats.
Sick hats, yeah. Sick merch. Great service there. They have like this bar where the window opens when it's nice out. Just like probably one of my favorite spots in Cary.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, we gotta go.
Yes.
That would be cool.
So much fun.
And it's called Albatross.
Yes.
Nice. All right. How often are you golfing? You golfing a lot?
I've been golfing a good amount in this off season, I'll say.
Yeah.
And I've been finding out that I need to golf a lot more.
Have you done lessons or anything? Or are you just like self-taught?
So funny, I started probably when I was 13, 14.
Okay.
My dad's a big golfer. My mom would go out. We'd go play par threes and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then I actually got good enough, and I made the golf team. Good enough. They probably didn't have enough people to be on the golf team. I wasn't playing in any matches or anything. It was more so to get free golf. So I played in high school for 2 years, and that was fun, but it was more so goofing off than anything, because I was like, I could strike the ball pretty well, and then went off to college, didn't really play golf that much. You know, you don't have that money. It's an expensive hobby right there. But afterwards, started playing a lot more. For a while, it was like Bagger Vance. Like I lost my swing. I was hitting worm burners, punch shots. Didn't really like enjoy going out, but my brothers and my dad always went, and I would just join, have a great time, you know, have some stogies, beers, whatever, just have a good time with them. Because any time out on the golf course is just phenomenal, no matter what. But then I did take some lessons and got my swing back. Started to play some really good golf. I go on a golf trip every year with some buddies, and we get real competitive. Well, not real competitive. But yeah, so started playing a lot more golf. I have buddies around Cary that like to play golf, and so I enjoy it. But me and 2 friends, we have a pot where whoever shoots 79 this season wins that pot. Oh, which right now I'm just trying to break 100 again. Okay, that's where my golf game's at. My short game is pretty terrible right now. But you hit that one shot, man, and it keeps you coming back.
Oh, it keeps you coming back, dude. It's
just the environment in general keeps you coming back. It's like,
so do you have to golf with these buddies for the 79? So it's on the honor system a little bit.
It's on the honor system, which I trust these guys. They trust me. That doesn't feel good. No. If you have to say you shot a 79 and you didn't, dude, come on. You got to go to the grave with that.
Dude, I think we all know that guy who's like, his best round of golf is when nobody else is around. You're like, what are we
He's by himself.
He's by himself. He's like, yeah, dude, smash that sucker like 325 yards there down a fairway. Like, I birdied like 4 in a row. I'm like, really? Because I've never seen you birdie, and we've golfed 100 times together.
Exactly.
But that's funny. Yeah. I don't golf. It's as much as I'd like to. Like pre-baby, we'd go, I don't know, every other week maybe.
Nice.
And then post-baby, I've gone like maybe 10 times.
Yeah, you're going to see that as a trend. Although when they get past like the everything's a death trap, like you start to be able to golf a little bit more.
Do you bring the kids?
I have. So I did this strategically.
Okay.
My oldest, Cam, I brought her out to the driving range one time, give kind of a reprieve to Shan. And, she was with Chloe when she was really young. So I'm like, let me get Cam out of the house. Let's go to the driving range. Maybe she'll get into it. And then we can go golf more. Yeah. I'll take her with me.
Yeah.
And then I would do the same thing with Chloe when she gets older. We got out to the driving range, and I gave her one of my wedges, and she turned lefty. I was like, no way. I was like, that feels comfortable to you? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, let's try the other side. And she's like, nah, like lefty. And I was like, oh, man. Didn't see that one coming, even though my dad's a lefty. But I got her some lefty clubs, like this little starter set, these pink ones. And we went out the next time, and that time she just still kind of, we went to the putting green with
Right.
her, and she had a good time. But the next time, she hit the lefty clubs, and she hit them pretty good. And I was like, oh, we're on to something. Then by the end, I noticed she just has my phone taking video of me commentating. And I was like, oh, you're your mother's daughter, because Shan's big into social media stuff and do all that stuff. So I was like, all right, I guess golf is not what you want to do. I was like, maybe you just come out with me and just swing technique and do some commentary, But we haven't really been out.
It'd be a
much
funny
since.
series.
Yeah, actually. Might need to try to go back to that, but we haven't been back out since.
Okay.
It's just, golf is just daddy's thing right now. And when I can go, when Shannon is so gracious to let me get out there and do it.
Yeah, does Shannon golf with you at all?
Nah. No, she's more of she actually has a good swing.
Yeah.
We went out with one Friday, which we were going to try to do more of. One Friday we went out and played Knights Play, which is a par 3.
Oh, yeah.
And we brought a little canister of mimosas.
Yeah.
And so it was me and my buddy, his wife, and Shan. And we did a couple holes where they would swing, and then they were just kind of like drinking mimosas, having a good time. But we did a couple holes where we would hit it. And once we got on the green, we'd have the ladies putt us out. Yeah. So that became a fun thing.
That's cool.
And it was a really good time.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to do that again.
Yeah, I bought my wife it was like a cheap set from Dick's. And we went, how many times? We played golf together 2 or 3 times. And I feel my worst rounds of golf is when my wife is sitting next to me. And I'm like, I promise, I'm not normally this bad.
That happens, man.
But we always play
feel a little bit more
ball.
pressure. You're like, I got to show my wife I'm that stud.
I'm that guy.
You put a little bit more pressure on you. That happens at softball to a lot of us guys.
Really?
Like our wives will come out for like one game or whatever, and then everyone's striking. Softball, slow pitch, like fouling out, strikeouts and stuff. We're like, what's going on?
That's hilarious.
We might not be able to have the wives here.
I know. So, but my wife, she's pretty nasty with the chipping and the putting, which is like,
gosh, that's where I need help.
I know. So we'll play like Super Bowl, and I'm like, God, we're playing all your chips, man. That's kind of a little embarrassing for me because this is your second time swinging a club and you're right next to the hole, but we'll take what we can get.
Hey, that's like marriage in general, the compliments, though.
Right.
You go out on the golf course, you find out what you're good at, and you just compliment each other.
Yeah, like she ain't spanking it, no, 250, 300 down the
You get her out there, you get to the green, she can take care of it.
She'll do work, yeah.
I love it.
That's cool. How old are your daughters?
So, Cam is 12.
Okay.
Going on like 15, 16. Gosh, she's wise beyond her years. And then Chloe is 5.
Oh, wow.
So there's that big gap.
Yeah.
And that was Chloe's the pandemic surprise.
Okay.
Which, thankfully, because we had a lot of space in this new house we were moving into, and we're like, what are we filling this up with? Oh, how about we have a baby?
We have a child.
We actually didn't think we were going to be able to have a second, for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget, I had a day where I had 2 home inspections. This was back in Virginia when we were moving out of our house. And I had 2 home inspections. They weren't glowing by any means. So I'm like thinking, I'm stressed out. Like, how are we going to get through this? What kind of credit am I asking for? Like, are these deals going to go through? And I got home and, well, actually, no, on the way home, Shannon wasn't feeling good. And so I was like, dude, she had just got a COVID test. It was negative. And she was like, can you pick up a pregnancy test? And I was like, cool, we can rule that out and then move on to the next thing. It was my thought.
Yeah.
And so I did. And I got home and they were waiting to greet me. And they were like, what's up? When I came in, I was like, you guys mind? Give me 30 minutes. Like, I just got to go upstairs, decompress for a little bit. I got to think through some things. And they were like, yeah, sure. And so I gave her the pregnancy test, not thinking anything of it, went upstairs. And it's weird to get 30 minutes of decompression, even when you ask for it. Like, I figured they'd probably come up and be like, Dad, do this, or Dad, I need, or Ryan, I need your help with this, or whatever. So I got 30 minutes of just uninterrupted time, and I came downstairs, and there's Shan and Cam just waiting with the positive pregnancy test. And I was like, out of all times to interrupt decompression, this was the time. And I was so stoked. And
dude, that's so
cool. It was awesome. And then so Chloe is a North Carolina baby, born at Duke Hospital, even though I'm UVA. Gosh, Duke did a great job.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's where the 7-year gap is. And it's so interesting to experience like kind of the same seasons for them, but they're so different. Mm-hmm. The kids are so different that, they go through them differently, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been amazing though.
How is your older daughter is
12.
Yeah, but what's her name?
Camden.
And then your younger one's Chloe?
Chloe. Yes.
Okay. So how is Camden? Like, is Camden that like older mother type.
She
figure.
is. She is. God bless her, because I never want to put that pressure on her
Right.
to feel like
Yeah,
that.
you're a kid. You don't got
Yeah, you're a kid, but she's just like a wise kid,
Yeah.
and she asked for her sister.
Okay.
She was always asking for her sister, even though we didn't know if we could provide one, even another kid, a sibling for her. And I'll never forget, there is this chalk drawing that Camden did at my mom and dad's old place in Woodbridge on their bricks, and she drew a family portrait, and it was me, Shan, her, our dog Tux, R.I.P., and then another. I thought it was a doll. I was like, "Yeah, who's that?" She's like, "Oh, that's my baby sister." And this was 4 years before Chloe was born.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like, or three or four.
Yeah.
But anyways, I was like, she knew. And once we found out Shan was pregnant with our second, we were like, better be a girl. I was like, she's going to be very disappointed if a girl's not coming. And we can't control that.
Yeah.
And when we found out it was a girl, we were super stoked. And she was like,
crazy.
told you.
Yeah.
She's like,
Dude, kids are crazy, man. My brother and sister-in-law, shout out Ray and Ev, so they have 2 kids now, 4 and 2. And the 4-year-old, her name's Ridley. And Ridley, like last year or something, like just out of blue's like, we're having a baby brother. And so I look at my brother, I'm like, dude, congrats, bro. Like, your wife's pregnant again. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
He's like, he goes, she's coming up. Like, no, she's not. The year goes by. We're kind of thinking maybe she is, but she wasn't supposed to say yet, kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Nothing. And then she keeps saying it. And now they're expecting a baby boy in June.
No way.
Isn't that crazy, dude?
It's wild.
And
You're like, is that like a sixth sense or what are we doing here? That's
crazy.
Yep.
But we're super stoked for them, man.
That's awesome.
But how has it been, like, obviously raising 2 girls, starting a business, trying to be a good husband, which it seems from the outside looking in like you're all those things. Good day.
Hey, I'm always like, if I can get a little bit better every day, that's what I strive to be, because we all have our faults. We're all, sinners and stuff like that. But, I try to be mindful of when my kids are talking to me, like try to be engaged, because it doesn't always happen that much. When you have a deal going on or something, or you're just looking at sport. I mean, it just gets so easy to just get into electronics and stuff. So trying to be mindful of that. Because really, they just want you to be that, and try to be like energetic when they're telling you about stuff and everything. So, I mean, it's difficult to juggle all those things. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't. Because Shan's also an entrepreneur, so her business is booming. I'm trying to start a business. We got kids going here, there, and everywhere. They got their friends and school and all that stuff, and so it is a lot to juggle. Yeah, it is a lot to juggle. But at the end of the day, it's always worth it. And just trying to look at, what I could do better every day, and wake up the next morning and try to implement that. Yeah. That's all I can do.
Yeah. I don't know if this question will work, but, like my daughter's almost 11 months.
Mm-hmm.
And it's great, man. Like, she's gorgeous and she's starting to get a little personality, and she's just a happy baby, man. Dude. It's like, I adore her. I feel the diaper stage is just that whole baby stage. Like, I feel like, man, when she's like walking and talking, we can play. Like, I'm be A+ on my game,
yes.
Dad. And but a part of me is like, but Ethan, like, you gotta enjoy this.
You don't want to wish away.
Yeah, you don't want to wish away. But I'm also like, I kind of do.
You know what? This is probably an unpopular opinion. There were great things about those seasons and stuff, but once they start getting personality and start experiencing life, and you see that through their lens and stuff, those are the best times. I feel like, when they're sitting there and they're, you just gotta feed them, change their diaper. They're super cute,
right?
That's awesome.
Yeah,
you're like, but they're really just like they're just looking at you. I mean,
she says "Dada" now, which is so cool.
Yeah,
dude,
that's the best, man. That's the best. I mean, like I said, there's awesome, amazing things to every stage. But I actually agree with you. It's way cooler when they start having personality, start saying stuff that you're like, whoa. Yeah. Because they're little sponges. They will listen to everything you say.
Is there a stage now that you have a 12-year-old, which is, up there. So is there like a stage that you were like, dude, this is like the best?
Best?
I mean, I don't want to say because I know it's kind of tough, but.
I kind of like where Chloe's at.
Okay.
Like 5, 6, like 6, 7. My guy, don't do that. I kind of like where she's at because it's just like she still has that baby voice and like, but she's talking like a real person. And like sometimes she'll say a word that you're like, what? Like it has 3 syllables. Like, how did you get that? And like she uses it in context. She started saying bruh. And I'm like, whoa. And she's like using that correctly. It's just that stuff starts to blow you away.
Yeah.
So I do like that stage.
Yeah.
Where they can go to the bathroom and take care of themselves.
Yeah.
They go to sleep in their bed at night. I mean, granted, these are things we bring upon ourselves as parents. You know, like if we had a lot of routine with Cam when we first had our first one. Yeah. Then we were 40, late 30s with Chloe. You're tired. So Chloe usually falls asleep on the couch next to us, whereas we used to put Cam up into bed or drive her around to make her go to bed at a certain time. You know, things happen at points in life where you're just like, I'm in survival mode.
Screw it.
Yeah. Play it as it lies. Let her fall asleep there. But it's just a fun time right now. And Cam too, though. She has her own things that blow me away. Like, for instance, she's on a faith journey.
Okay.
Like, out of nowhere, I want to read the Bible. She started a Bible study with her friends. And she's got me kind of like, oh, I've never read the Bible front to back. You know, I only know the verses that when we go to church, they put them up. Yeah. Like, she's kind of inspired this in me.
Where do you think that came from? Like, do you guys like? Does she go to church or Sunday school?
Yeah,
or not,
I mean, but we're not like an every week kind of family. We have this church that we went to back in Virginia that we can't seem to quit it. Like, the pastors are great. The main pastor is awesome. So we'll usually watch that on streaming. Yeah, which I love that because it's like, you know, you wake up Sunday and you know it's just not going to be a day you can get there in person. And we hadn't really found a church here that we loved as much. Yeah. So there's also a kids part of that we would have her do while we watch ours. You know? And then we've been going to New Hope in Durham, and that's been really nice too. So I think just those things, but normally kids at her age are not like, I want to go read the Bible. Yeah, yeah. So I'm kind of
I want to go like see what Instagram and TikTok's about. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. But
that's cool, man.
Yeah, very cool. Like her grandmother, Shan's mom is super faithful, which is great. And both of her uncles are pastors out in California. So there is like a huge faith that runs in the family. But it's been amazing to see like that. So like I'm always getting new surprises whatever season they're in. Yeah. But it's pretty cool.
That is cool.
But I still like the 5, 6, 7, like that time.
Yeah. Well, I forget. Maybe it was, I don't remember who it was, Jordan Peterson or something, was saying like your kids, like you're the most important person to your kids for like the first, I forget, he said 5 years. And he goes, and they start going to school and start having friends. And then there's mommy and daddy are not so cool anymore. Like mommy, like mommy and daddy, like I would rather go play with my friends than go play with mommy and daddy. So he's like, those first 5 years is like, you're their world. Like,
they still want to chill with
everything.
Like,
Yep.
And it's funny you mentioned that. I'm experiencing that a little bit with Cam. Like, I'm not cool. Everything I do is cringe. I'm like, I thought I was a fairly cool person. Yeah. Like, I wouldn't think my friends would be like, dang, you're a knob or something. Like, they would be like, yeah, you're pretty cool, dude. Yeah. But now she's put me in check. Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, that too. It's all combining. I'm like, dang, I'm at that age where not cool. If I ever said anything that the new lingo is, that's not cool. Mm-hmm. Like, she came home. She had her first formal dance in 6th grade, and I picked her up, and I was like, did you slay, girl, slay? And she was just like, Dad. And I was like, what? I know that's what everyone's saying.
Yeah. And it is also funny, like, I can't wait for that to be like a dad and say the cringy things that I know is going to make her cringe, but it's just funny.
It's kind of like you write a passage.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's like the dad thing to do. You know?
Absolutely.
Like, you know, it's like the waiter comes to your table, is Dr. Pepper okay? Is Monopoly money okay? Like that kind of crap.
You know? Yeah. You've earned that right.
That's right.
You have
that's
a kid.
Right. That's
you
right.
Have a kid. Yes.
That's cool, man. Yeah, she's turning 1 April 2nd, and so
it's coming up, man.
It's coming up, but you know, I'm looking forward to it. Lord willing, we'll have a bunch more, so we'll see.
A bunch more.
Oh, dude, I mean, that's more of my wife. She's, you know,
how many?
Her.
How many?
I would like 4.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like my number. we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. We'll check back in a little bit.
Yeah, check
see
back.
that number.
Yeah. Really, you want to check in with my wife and see where she's at?
I actually in high school, like I was envisioning having 6 kids.
Okay.
I don't know. I just was like, dude, that'd be cool to have like at least a basketball team with like one sub, you know?
Yeah, right, dude, for sure.
I was like, that'd be fun. I came from a family of 4. We had a blast growing up. We were all close knit, still are. I was like, that'd be really fun. And then for some other reasons, it's like, it's expensive. It's a lot of time. I want to be great for them. Like if we spread it out, like, and we have 6, like, how can I do it all?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But needless to say, you get what God wants you to have.
Yeah.
And, you know,
There's
do the best with it.
I know a couple people with 5 kids and stuff, like a lot. And but they're always the most chill parents because there's nothing that can bother them because they have 5 kids. And I'm like, I want that level of chill all the time. Like, just nothing phases you because you're like, I got 5 kids, dude. There's nothing you can say or do to me that would bother me in this moment. You know what I'm saying?
Like, your coffee wasn't hot today?
Yeah.
I have 5 kids.
5 kids.
Try that.
Suck it up.
Yeah. I don't want to hear about that.
That's right. That's cool. Speaking of coffee, what you think of this one?
All right, man. Like I said, I'm not a black coffee drinker, but I will say,
wow,
nothing left.
Yeah, dried up.
Nothing left. So I
got
did
one more
like
sip in there, but it's cold, so I'm not taking it.
I have nothing to compare it against because I don't drink black coffee. But I will say, since I finished it, and I wasn't nervy. I wasn't nervy through the whole thing. It, I would say that I'm gonna give it. You know, it's like the Dave Portnoy. If you go over 8, like then the pizza places have a line around the corner. Just so I can compare it to, I'll come back on this podcast. I'll compare it to something else. I'm gonna give it a 7.9, right on the brink.
Okay,
right on the brink.
Yeah, my last pot I gave it a 7.9.
Okay,
that's because I was
hopefully
like,
that's not just like a noob rating.
In my head, I was thinking like it's around 7.9, but I'm like, I just gave the last one 7.9, so I can't. And I like the last one better than this one.
Okay,
so locking it at 7.7.
Okay,
yeah,
lucky sevens,
love
man.
It. Yeah, so it averages out at 7.8.
Okay,
between the two of us.
All right,
yeah, but not bad. Like,
not bad at all.
No, it was very good. Maybe we'll go to. I would love to go on like a Alaskan cruise. I think that'd be sick. But if we do go, like, I would definitely drink it again.
I would drink it again as well.
And I don't know, like, you know, I should have looked it up before we started. But like, is there a coffee shop? Because typically, like, if there's a coffee shop and a coffee roaster, like at the coffee shop, the beans they have for whatever, it's just better. Like they just dialed it in so much, like on the exact method. Obviously, it's fresh. It's not sitting on the shelf for who knows how long. But that being said, like, it is a good coffee.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And
it was smooth.
It's very smooth.
Very smooth.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It didn't punch you with anything weird. It's just a good cup of Joe, man.
Good cup of Joe.
Yeah.
That's right.
We like it. Well, anyway, man, this was great. I
had a blast, man.
Yeah. This flew by.
My first real podcast.
Yeah.
You know, so it went well. I loved your questions, and this has been easy, man.
Yeah.
Made it easy.
I'm glad, man. Well, it was a ton of fun. I appreciate you coming on, man.
Absolutely.
All right, man. Bye, everybody.